crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie Woo, VVS, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
Before we continue this video, guys, I have something very important to share with y'all. Black women's, we are under attack. During Black Women's History Month, women's are under attack. 2 weeks ago, an Alabama Supreme Court ruling put access to IVF at risk. No, they trying to take away my rights to choose what I want to do and how I want to do it and when I want to conceive and when I want to reproduce myself. What is going on? Following the ruling, the University of Alabama in Birmingham stopped in vitro treatments, okay? This healthcare system stopped in vitro treatments out of fear of being prosecuted. It's given under his eye. Now, the state already has a ban on abortions, even if you have been a victim of rape or incest. It's given blessed be the fruit. This came into effect immediately after the overturning of Roe versus Wade. But girl, they is not stopping at Roe versus Wade. They are trying to stop our access to contraceptive, abortions, and IVF treatment. So they want to stop our access to being able to conceive. I really want to use my platform to raise awareness when it comes to these anti-choice organizations. They are targeting our ability to conceive, out of what is the regular norm of conceiving, like IVF treatments. I mean, you guys know I'm in my 30s, child, and I have not found my forever, okay? But I've always talked to you guys about how more than being married, more than many things in my life, I long to be a mother. And IVF treatments, fertility, when you are in your 30s, it is a huge, huge concern if you haven't conceived yet and are trying to conceive. So these are options that I am now beginning to look into. And with all of these laws that are prohibiting me from doing so and prohibiting so many women like you guys watch me, like fertility is something that Black women deal with a lot. Infertility is something that Black women deal with a lot, especially when we reach our 30s. We deal with it more than our counterparts. And so the idea that my choice is being taken away from me to be a mom, that is heartbreaking. Now I know what y'all gonna say, Jessie, you're not even in Alabama, you in Georgia. I know. But here, Georgia hasn't gone totally mad just yet. Praise the Lord. But I just need these governments and these people, these Supreme Court people, leave women and our bodies alone. Especially during Black Women's History Month. What's up, guys? It's your sister. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure that you subscribe to join the Black Women's Tribe. And if you're already a sister, make sure that you like, share, leave a comment. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I do have my latest review up of Love is Blind. It is already up. And so yeah, if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. Also, if you haven't seen this yet, I am going to Cartagena, Colombia. Cartagena, Colombia, Cartagena, Colombia, Cartagena. Okay, so if you want to go to Cartagena, make sure that you visit woocation.net so that you can come on the trip. It's gonna be fun. What else? Oh, if you haven't checked out RELEM. It's my song that I have a video for it here on YouTube. The link is in the description, so make sure that you check out RELEM. All right, with all that being said, let's just get into this subject matter. So I've been made aware that I'm being called a Reesa Teesa hater all over the internet. Oh my God, she hates Reesa Teesa. She's a hater. She's a Black woman hater. It reminded me of the last time the internet as a whole called me a hater, and it was a couple years back ago when the BET Awards happened, and Diddy was on stage accepting an award, and Young Miami was there. She was holding her Go Poppy sign, Go Poppy, Go Poppy. And he was thanking everybody. He even thanked Cassie, and he didn't thank her. And I had a tweet where I said, dang, this man thanked everybody, but the woman sitting there holding the Go Poppy sign. And I mean, she whacked me, JT whacked me, the internet whacked me, and look at what has happened since then, right? And I'm not saying that this is what I'm looking forward to for Reesa, but what I'm saying is I really think that y'all don't know what hating on someone really means. I think that a lot of times you guys automatically equate criticism with hate or observations with hate, when that's simply not what it is. And so there is a thread of mine that's going around making its rounds. And it's really interesting to see a lot of pages that I've been following for a while, that I've interacted with for a while, who never post me for anything, but they've picked up this thread and they've used this thread as an example of Black women, Black people, but specifically me hating on Reesa Teesa. So let's get into this thread first and foremost. So I said, Reesa Teesa is now signed to CAA. This is literally a top 5 agency that actors, artists, agents, filmmakers, creators dream of being signed to. I have so many thoughts. Didn't say anything, didn't say what the thoughts were. Never even said what the thoughts were. And mind you, I threaded this before it was actually even announced that she had signed. It was officially announced that she signed, I think, the next day. So anyway, getting into the thread, a couple people responded. This is an interesting one. So a couple people responded. So this young lady by the name of EJ the Comic. I'm a TV writer, and I'll just say this, that she is gifted. She's a gifted storyteller. She's a natural talent and has an amazing feel for scene, act breaks, and her story is absolutely going to be a movie or a series. Of course, folks want to be in business with her. I responded, I just hope her coins don't get swallowed up, right? And even with that, I had people who said, wow, so damn unnecessarily negative. That was a weak ass fat joke. Just say you're aggravated by her accomplishment and she ain't have to do much. Wow, the fat jokes are tired.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Of course, folks want to be in business with her. I said, I just hope her coins don't get swallowed up. As if you... And it's the, what did I say about her appearance? What did I say about her weight? What did I say about these things? Nothing. Have you ever been swallowed up? You know, the meme that's going around by TD Jakes, getting swallowed up.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Okay, so I was making a reference to that. But also, how many times have we had Black actresses, Black actors, especially recently, tell you that when they're signing to these agencies, when they're with these management companies, that their coins are getting swallowed up to the point where they can't pay their bills, they can't pay their rent, they're having to sell their homes. Never said anything about this girl's weight. But according to all these people, I did. Let's continue. There was a young lady who said, Tabitha Brown assigned to them. She had a viral moment as well. I guess she doesn't deserve opportunities since she had a viral moment too. Y'all are the same ones who say Black people deserve opportunities, but then when we get them, it's a problem. It's weird. I pray Reesa Teesa gets all the things. After all the hell she went through, she deserves. Where in my thoughts did she say she doesn't deserve these opportunities? Where in my thoughts did I say, never said any of these things, right? Now I did respond and I said, well, Tabitha Brown's viral moment came after 20 years of pursuing an acting career.
And she said, exactly, but it wasn't until her viral moment that she began to blow up and get deals. Who's to say Reesa Teesa didn't put in that same work? Not sure if her end goal is acting or what, but still, you don't know what work she put in until this point. Didn't we find out who you were from posting videos on social media? So who are you to say it's not fair for somebody to have a viral moment to get deals? To that, I responded, where did I state it was not fair? All I said was not to leave out the work that Tabitha Brown put in, as in don't discount her work. I'm starting to believe some of y'all don't know how to read. Read what I wrote. Don't read into it. And she's absolutely correct. I am someone who people found out about through posting videos. So I didn't attack her video making, and I would have a lot of nerve to do so because I come from the internet. And again, I did not attack that. I never said it wasn't fair. Never said any of these things. What else? I did talk about there's a screen in the thread. I did say, do y'all remember the young lady who created Zola on Twitter? Isaiah Zola King, IDK, why this Reesa story ordeal has me thinking about Isaiah. I wonder what she got for her movie adaptation and her tweets. Yeah, I did mention that because Reesa Teesa, even though she's the first one to make history on TikTok, it did make me think about the Zola movie that came from Twitter. So the Zola movie dropped, and afterwards, I just really didn't hear much talk about it. Never really saw anything about Isaiah. Never really saw her get elevated. So I was just wondering about that. There were so many responses. But yeah, and then there are people who are saying God's favor, God's timing. And then there are people who are saying why there's so many thoughts in relation to another Black woman having success after enduring a hard time. Nobody in my thread said that. I didn't say those words. Nobody said it. Now, there were some people in the thread that were like, well, it is a slap in the face to people who have been filmmaking and storytelling for years, but they can't find representation. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Now, not a slap in the face from her, but these agencies tend to tell you that you need A, B, C, D. You need all these different things before they can sign you, when that's just not true. A lot of times agencies just want to attach themselves to someone who's viral, to someone who they can make money with immediately instead of actually investing in them, instead of actually doing the actual work. A lot of these agencies, they don't get your headshots done. Like, you got to pay for that. They don't get you into acting class. You have to pay for that. You have to do all this work. And then these agencies will attach themselves to you and they will make a quick buck from you. But I just find it funny because nobody in my thread said this. No, I never said anything about a Black woman's success. Nobody in my thread said this. You guys are imposing this. I've seen people say, Jessie never said anything about Reesa. And I've seen people say, well, she implied it. Let's look up what imply means. To imply, strongly suggest the truth or existence of something not expressly stated. So find me in my thread where I implied anything negative about this woman. I just said, wow. She got signed to CAA, a dream agency that so many actors, producers, performers dream of being signed to. I have many thoughts. That's all I said. You all came and made it something that it was not. And it's just funny because y'all are putting words in my thread that aren't there. Y'all are putting things in my mouth that I didn't say. And then y'all are using this thread to fuel this narrative that Black women hate Reesa now because she has found success. And let's say I was criticizing her getting with this agency. Again, how many times recently have we seen Black actresses creators recently tell you the truth about what Hollywood is? How many times have they said that recently? There was this thread, even on Instagram, dark-skinned women used it. And I saw this comment by Wheezy, and she said, yeah, but it ain't like she was looking for CAA. Agents are still people that make bread off somebody. They not stupid. She's valuable. Mad people work with her right now. And CAA is going to take advantage and offer quote unquote guidance. Even though I felt like this comment was a little throwing shade at me, I mean, I never said it. I didn't even express my thoughts. And so I didn't even express my thoughts. Didn't even express a thought at all. But I'm glad she put guidance in quotation, because again, that's her letting you know what these agencies do. And pretty much they don't do what you guys think they do. A lot of the work still is on your shoulders, and they get to swallow up your coin. I just want to address this because I think it's so tiring to me when people flat out just lie on me, like really just so comfortably too, under the guise of protecting Black women. Well, why can't we be happy for a Black woman? I never said I wasn't. And you as a Black woman, if you're using that point of view, why are you attacking me for something I didn't even say? Why are you projecting this to other Black women so they can also attack me for something I didn't even say? I didn't even express my thoughts. And here I am being painted to be someone who hates this woman. Mind you, this is a woman who, if you go back in my threads, literally just go back in my threads. This is me 5 days ago. Where is Reesa Teesa's Stella Rose wine contract? Where's her BMW contract? What's taking these brands so long to give this woman her flowers? This is my thread. Why didn't this go viral? Six days ago, I honestly feel bad for Reesa Teesa. Saying she has big back behavior is wild, considering all the beautiful women who we constantly see being swindled out of their homes, money, and wigs. And I'm gonna add coochie to that as well. But why doesn't this go viral? Are you guys really for spreading positivity when it comes to Black women? Or are you guys doing it, or are you guys into spreading negativity yourselves when it comes to Black women, just so you can get a one-off on somebody that you don't like? Because the truth is, y'all who are pushing this, most of you guys are people who just don't like me. And I don't care if you don't like me for a joke that I actually made. I don't care if you don't like me for a comment that I actually made. But to intentionally spread a lie when the receipts are there, I didn't say anything about this woman. I just said I had thoughts. And the times when I have spoken positive about her, like this TikTok that I posted the other day. You know what fascinates me about Reesa Teesa's story? She held on to this man because he performed one good act of service. One good act of service. Sis was going to meet this man first date with Cheesecake Factory. For all she knows, she was headed down to the Cheesecake Factory. She was going to have a miso salmon, with the potatoes on the side, with the asparagus, with a Georgia peach, with some warm, hot brown bread on the side, baby. No Cheesecake Factory slander. No Cheesecake Factory slander is accepted on just a couple things. Okay, let's just get that straight. All right? Because I know how y'all do. Acting like y'all too good for pumpernickel brown bread. She's on her way to the brown bread. And she pops her tire. She calls this man. She's expecting, oh, let's reschedule. No, this man comes to meet her, buys her a new tire. How often does a man do something like that on the first date? Surely the man who bought her a fresh tire within the first 24 hours of meeting her would take her to London. Surely the man who bought her a fresh new tire within a couple hours of meeting her would buy her a new BMW. Surely
That man who bought her a brand new tire within a couple hours of meeting her will buy her a house. Surely a man who bought her a fresh new tire within a couple hours of meeting her will buy her a new home. Surely that same man who bought her a brand new tire within a couple hours of meeting her would buy her. That's what he's supposed to buy her. Surely the same man who met her within a couple hours of meeting her bought her a brand new tire would meet her at the altar in her white dress. Surely she could have a child. She could have her name dropped, her eggs cracked for a man who brought her a brand new tire within a couple hours of meeting her. Do you know what that tells me about this woman? And I'm so happy she took responsibility and she said, I thought it was my turn. And she even said, I was desperate. But you know what I want to add to that? That woman is a woman who had not been served, either ever or at least for a very long time. No one had served her. Think about that. How many women are walking around unserved? How many of us grew up serving others, eldest daughter? How many of us grew up in households where you were expected to serve, or you were brought up to serve? Then you get married, you're serving. You go into society, you're serving. You're a woman, that's your role. And a lot of times as a woman, no one is serving you. And so here you are, you meet a man who serves you immediately. She held on to that. She held on to that. And while a lot of us don't have the Reesa Teesa story to that degree, because a lot of y'all are Reesa Teesas, let's just keep it above, a lot of us can relate to that because you meet someone and they perform one good act. And then here you are holding on to hope that there must be more good acts of service to come behind that, to follow that. Or like the videos I've made on my channel when she was attacked by a radio show host for having a big back behavior. That doesn't get spread. But the moment there's something that is perceived by you all to be negative, it is so easy to spread that. Negativity gets spread so easy. So easy. So easy. So easy. I see this all the time. Like just the other day, I was online and I saw someone say, oh, this is the same girl who wished that Cardi B would miscarry. Y'all just get online and the way people just lie on me is just like, it's so insane. Never said any of that. There's no receipts to prove that. Like, I had one public spout with that girl and that was because a blog posted something I said and they posted it out of context. I apologized to her profusely. She didn't accept my apology. She didn't have to. Just because somebody says I'm sorry doesn't mean you have to accept it. But she did go on her platforms and she did say things that were very untrue about me and her baby. You know, and I just have to take it because, you know what, she was angry, cool, I move on. The thing about it too, no matter what people say about me, when they lie about me or when they stop something for me, like, God's hand is on my life. So whatever is meant for me is meant for me. But whatever is meant for that person for lying on me, it's meant for them too. I'm hearing that this is going viral on TikTok, Twitter, wherever. And I thought about like uploading something to all my socials, but I won't. This channel, this community that I've built here on YouTube is so sacred to me. It's become my safe place. It's become a place where people that I know who truly want to engage with me, who truly support what I do, they come here. And so I'll just leave this here. This is the place where when I bought my home back in September, y'all bought me over 200 gifts. And I strongly believe if I was out here spreading jealousy and hate, that would have never taken place. So I want to thank those of you guys who were in comment sections backing me up saying, Jessie never said anything. She never said any of the things that you guys are saying. I want to thank you guys. I want to publicly apologize to Reesa Teesa. If she ever, I'm probably sure she doesn't even know who I am. But if she were to ever come across any of my content, prayerfully, she would see this. I have nothing but respect for you. And in my last video
where I talked about you being called a big back, I said this woman deserves all her things for breaking TikTok and making history during Black History, Black Women's Month. And then again, here we are in Women's History Month, and we have her breaking history again, making history again by becoming signed to a huge agency during Black Women's History Month. I have nothing but respect for that. I have nothing but congratulations for that. Yes, I have a lot of thoughts, but those thoughts don't pertain to her. Those thoughts pertain to an industry that tells people that they need A, B, and C when it's simply just not true. Those thoughts pertain to an industry that is currently crumbling, and Black creators, specifically Black women's, are getting the majority of the crumbling first and foremost. You know, we have Zendaya's mom from Euphoria, who recently came out and said she can't even pay her rent. She hasn't gotten any roles in the last 3 years since they stopped filming. I know so many Black actresses right now, Black actors right now, who don't have representation, who can't get representation. The strike has crumbled this industry, and the industry has made it clear Black bodies, Black stories, Black faces, Black voices don't matter. We've seen so many Black shows get canceled recently. Affirmative action is done. DEI is done. Whatever my thoughts are, they pertain to that, not her. I saw somebody say, when all those white TikTokers were being signed, nobody said anything. That's not true. There was a lot of outrage for that. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not outraged by her being signed. I actually hope that her being signed not only shows them that an everyday woman can shatter the world, make the world pause, but I hope her being signed shows them that there's so much value in other Black creators, specifically Black women's creators. Those are my thoughts. For those who care. That's it, y'all. Just wanted to make a video addressing that. It just was, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hurtful sometimes. Like when I see people just get online and just flat out lie on me. Like just, if you don't like me, cool. I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, you know? But one thing I do know, everybody doesn't have to like you for you to be successful. And babe, as I'm recording this, I am recording this in my own home. My own home. That is a success for me. Buying my own home, single woman, doing that on my own. My garage has 2 Teslas. I don't owe a car note. I have success. God has done that for me. And for me to hate on another person simply because they have a moment of success, that would be me spitting in God's face for what he has done for my life. That would be me forgetting the blessings that God has done for me. Period. Yes, there are a lot of things I would like to have in this life, in this industry, but everything's not for everybody. Everybody's not going to have the same things. Everybody's not going to enjoy viral moments. Everybody's not going to enjoy the same success. But I would never be upset at somebody else enjoying that. I've actually made several videos and content talking about what she has, talking about what she's done. And I have nothing but congratulations for her and anybody else in this space who's doing what they're doing. So I just want to come on here real quick, address that. Make sure that you guys watch the State of the Union tonight. Make sure that you're a registered voter. Make sure that you get out there and vote. Because bitch, if Trump comes back in the office, it's giving mwah. I'm moving to Ghana.
All these diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie Woo.